Hi, my name is Pastor Jonathan, and I have the privilege of serving you, each one of the congregations in this Synod, as assistant to the bishop for congregational life. Over this Advent season, our Synod staff pastors will be sharing about what fearless generosity means. They will be sharing stories and reflection of the generosity of God in their lives. Advent, it is a time of waiting, longing, and anticipating the arrival of the gift of Jesus, the one who comes to take away the sins of the world, the gift of God to us. And out of God's abundance, out of God's generosity, we, in turn, give thanks. We give generously. As we celebrate Advent, we will be reminding you that we give out of an abundance in response to what God has given us. This is a season of giving, a season of sharing, a season of fearless generosity. Yes, even in the face of a pandemic, challenging times, and maybe even in uncertainty, we still give. I have learned in my own life, when I begin to live open fist, I can receive, but it also makes room for me to give as well. Our prayer is that you would continue to support the work of our Synod, the work to equip, empower, and engage God's people to love and serve. At the end of this reflection, we will find ways in which you can endeavor to be fearless in your generosity. Thank you.
I'm Pastor Michael Jannett. I serve as assistant to the bishop for formation and communication in the Southeastern Synod. I want to talk to you about fearless serving. Mark chapter 4, verses 1 through 9 is the parable of the soils. In some cases, the sower sows seeds and nothing comes up. And in some cases, it springs up 30, 60, 100-fold. I want to ask you, how many seeds are there typically in an apple? Maybe say 5, 6, 7. But I like to flip that question around and say, how many apples are in a seed? Right? Think about the possibility, the wonder of fruit bearing fruit. The wondrous possibilities. As we serve, I want you to think about fearless generosity, fearless serving. As a pastor, I might ask, is this sermon that I'm giving going to engage someone? Or I might be serving food and I might wonder, will that person walk away with gratitude or with joy or with nothing? Maybe we really focus on how many people did I feed today? That's a good question, but is it the right one? Maybe if we ask of those who are fed, who are they going to feed? And so we go out and we serve with reckless abandon. We serve fearlessly, not knowing what kind of fruit will be produced. I think about the Reverend Dr. Art Lewis, who served LTCA, the Lutheran Center here in Atlanta. And he challenged me and others to go into spaces we might not normally go to. He challenged us one day to go to a mosque, or go to an AIDS day center, to break us of our fears, to serve relentlessly and fearlessly. Or Pastor Will Rogers, one who walked with Medgar Evers in an opportunity to fight for racial justice. He would scoop up young people, take them off to places like Luther Ridge or Luther Ranch, to help them know that God is pursuing them relentlessly. Dr. Art Lewis and Pastor Will Rogers and others, examples of how fear is how we are called to be relentless and fearless in our service. We are called to give and serve fearlessly of our time, of our money, of our efforts, and to go into spaces that make us uncomfortable, knowing that God's got this. It wasn't that they were special people, it was that they had faith, knowing that God would work in them and through them. They knew the possibility of fruit bearing fruit. They knew that in their service, that sometimes the seeds that were planted would come back 30-fold, 60-fold, or maybe even 100-fold. And so I invite you to consider serving without fear, serving with a generous heart, and thinking of the wondrous possibility of what God can do in you and through you as you serve fearlessly this day. Thank you.